Hi book friends, I'm Erin, and this is Erin Go Read. This is the start of a reading vlog. It is Monday, September 23rd, and I'm at that point in the month where I've read a lot. I just finished kind of my main read, which was Miracle Creek by Angie Kim, which was great, and now I kind of don't know what to do next. So I'm listening to the audiobook of A Close in Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, and I'm about 150 pages into this and really enjoying that, but I'm enjoying it on audiobook, so I don't necessarily want to read the physical version, not because I don't want to be in the story, but just because then I would have less to enjoy with the audiobook. So, sneezy dog right here. So, do I go for finishing the Space Opera September challenges and read Dune? So I would need to read this book in order to fulfill the prompt of reading a book that was written before you were born. This was published in the 60s. I can't remember exactly when. Well before I was born. But we'll see. Maybe I'll start this. I'm not super feeling it. The other option is getting back into Gone with the Wind, which I basically put down a couple months ago and haven't really touched. And I'm 180 pages into this beast. That's a possibility. And then I have the graphic novel of The Handmaid's Tale, which of course would be a reread as far as the story. First time with the graphic novel, and it's a graphic novel, so it'll be much more quick. And then I could at any time jump into the Testaments feeling a little bit more refreshed. So I'm just kind of at that point where I'm not quite sure what I want to do as far as reading. So before I just kind of settle down to read for the night, I want to get some productive things done. So I'm going to finish off my Victober TBR, my list, and then film that video. And then I think I'll get into some comfy, cozy clothes and just read for the night. Good evening. So it is now just after 7 o'clock on Monday night. I walked the dog, had dinner, filmed my October TBR, which includes Victober and Spookathon. And I am ready to settle in now with a book. I am going to go ahead and start Dune, give it a good shot. Basically, I'm going to dedicate the next hour to reading Dune. And if I'm into it, I'm into it. If I'm not, I'm going to move on to something else. I have my dog here. Hello. My dog Stevie here as my companion, and then I also have, this is ASMR Rooms. This is the Forest of Dean Quiet Edition. I haven't done a loud edition, so I don't know how loud it is. I don't know. But I've discovered these ASMR rooms, not the ones where it's people like chewing or like tapping something, but more like ambiance ones. So this one is ASMR Rooms. That's what it's called. Lots of Harry Potter stuff, some Game of Thrones stuff. There's a Howl's Moving Castle. I also do watch Ambient Worlds is a really good one. And then there's another one, ASMR Weekly, which all have kind of a similar fantasy settings with just kind of quiet stuff in the background. So really great to, oh my gosh, he's looking at me like crazy. Nice to just have on in the background rather than just having a big like blank black void, in the living room, to have something on that's not actually me watching TV. And there's a little bit of a sound, so I've got the fire crackling right now. Sometimes it's, there's rain or whatever it is. So really nice. So what I'm going to do is a little kind of trick that I like to use on myself, basically, is to set a timer for a certain amount of time and then, read basically uninterrupted during that time, and then usually get up, do something. Maybe it's something that needs to be done. So I think I'm going to do a 30-minute timer, then set up my coffee, program my coffee for the morning, make sure my alarm is set, and then do another 30 minutes. And I am an early bird. I go to bed early. I wake up early. So we'll see if I can, how far past 8 basically I can make it tonight, especially while I'm reading. Sometimes it's just all of a sudden you get sleepy. Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes, please.
30 minutes, starting now.
Better start. So my first 30 minutes is up. I read the first chapter. I'm rereading the first 25 pages or so. We'll be rereading. My husband and I had started this, and it was really like choppy. We had to keep starting and stopping, and it just wasn't flowing. And so it was hard to remember just kind of what was going on. So I'm glad that I didn't pick up where I left off, that I reread it, because I forgot like some really fundamental things as it's setting up the whole book here. Our main character starts off, he's a 15-year-old boy, Paul, but from what I understand from the setup, is this is going to be, he's going to become Maud Dib. What that means quite yet, I don't really know. Anyway, there was just a test that he kind of had to pass right here at the beginning, and he may be the chosen one, kind of thing. So I'm just going to go do some stuff to kind of get ready for bed, wash my face, set up my coffee, whatever else I need to do. And then I'll do at least another 30 minutes of reading. Again, I'll do the timer thing. That works really well for me to just kind of like, okay, whatever it is that's on my mind can wait until that 30 minutes is over and just focus on this reading. Check in with you soon. So it's now about 9:15 on Tuesday morning. I ran 3 miles, showered, got ready and all that, and now I'm here. I just arrived at the retirement community where I teach a seated fitness class, and so we get the heart rate up a little bit and work what we can in a safe way from a seated position. So I'm gonna go do that, and then as soon as I finish that, I have to head over kind of to the other side of town. My great grandmother, who's 97, is in the hospital right now, and I guess she had a rough night. My mom ended up spending the night there last night, so I will go see her, although I do have a haircut at noon, so that'll be a short visit. So kind of depending on what grandma needs, that's going to depend on whether I go back to the hospital to be with her or whether I get to go see Sam, my husband. Check in with you later. Morning. So my class is over. I just love doing this class. Sometimes I think, I have to go do my class today, and I don't necessarily always want to go, but I always enjoy it. I have, kind of a group of regulars, and then every now and then we have some new people join the group, and I kind of have my favorites. So one of the ladies in my class, I'm not sure how old she is. She's in her, I think, early 80s. Well, if you're familiar with Johnny Cash and kind of maybe his most famous song, Folsom Prison Blues. Folsom Prison is quite close to where I live. I'm probably 3 miles away from the prison. I drive by it every single day. And one day I was playing a Johnny Cash song, and she said that she was there. So when Johnny did the live show at Folsom Prison, they hired local dancers to dance behind him, and one of my people from my class was one of those dancers. So that's really cool. And she's, even in her 80s now, you can tell she was a dancer. She's got these long, thin legs and loves to move and be active. And so she's like one of my favorite people, and I just love getting to go and spend a half an hour with them, listening to some music and moving our bodies a bit. So I'm going to head over to the hospital now and check on Grandma. And while I'm doing that, I will be listening to the audiobook of A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, really enjoying this. I miss, I miss the characters from the original, Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet. But it's fun getting to know these other characters, and it's kind of an interesting timeline thing that's happening with this one, where we're getting an early life of someone and then a later life of someone, which is kind of cool. So, good morning. It is Wednesday at about 5:45 in the morning. I actually woke up before my alarm this morning, so I've been up for a little bit. And the kids are coming this morning, so my nieces and nephew get dropped off at about 6:45. So I have about an hour or so before they get here, and I would really like to dig into some more Dune. I'm really enjoying it. I am about 85 pages into it. I never gave an update Monday night when I kind of set myself a couple timers to get into it and see if I was going to enjoy it, and I did. The only thing is I was super tired, and I didn't even make it through that second half-hour timer. I fell asleep on the couch, and my timer that I set woke me up, and I went to bed. So, but I am really enjoying it, and I definitely see there's some pretty clear, I think, like Christian parallels. So, like our main character, Paul, who starts out as a 15-year-old boy, is like the Messiah character, and Dune is a series, and I think there's even a title. One of the titles of the further books is like Dune the Messiah or something like that. The word Messiah is in it. Anyhow, so I'm enjoying it. I'm like happily surprised that the language is really simple. I was, for some reason, I thought it was going to be a little bit more dense than it is, but I mean, it feels like it was written today, not in the 60s. Not that the 60s was that long ago, and that language has changed much since then. I don't know. Sometimes I think I just get wrapped up in the idea that something is a classic in whatever sense. Dune is known as a sci-fi classic, one of the sci-fi canon novels, and for some reason I let that intimidate me. And my husband was funny a while ago when we were talking about reading Dune, and I told him I was intimidated by it, and he goes, "It's just a book," which is a good point. So I'm enjoying it. I'm going to hopefully get a good solid 45 minutes maybe of reading or so. I should probably walk the dog before the kids get here too, and maybe we'll have some kid footage. So the oldest, Holly, is 9. She's in 4th grade. Sammy is about to be 7. He'll be 7 in like 2-3 weeks. He's in 1st grade, and then the baby, Charlotte, who we call Charlie, has just turned 1, and they are all 3 of them are a blast. And Charlie, hi.
And she has 4 heads.
Did the
This
baby
is a
scare
person.
you?
Yeah, she has won so
Oh,
many
wow.
battles.
Oh my goodness,
Won.
that's cool looking. It looks like a totem pole.
Oh, somebody knocked off this guy's arm. So
Oh, are you sharing, baby? Wait. Wait. Nope. You gonna do it? No.
Background music, and I usually only use that during vlogs. So I have a vlog.
You know what kind of mail is the best mail? That's right. It's book mail. The doorbell just rang and amazingly didn't wake up the baby from her nap. This is all the fault of Olive, at a book Olive, and my lack of self-discipline when it comes to not buying books. These are the Reader's Digest classics, and I have 4. You're sitting on 2 of them right now that I've picked up in just random used bookshops. And Olive just did this huge haul of them, I think she has most of them now. And I found a bunch on YouTube, or on, not on YouTube, on eBay. So I open this guy up. So I bought, I think, 2 separate kind of lots of them, which contained different books. And I'm really excited. I haven't actually read one of these yet. And I would really like to. So here we have Moby Dick. And so these are just a really nice binding. There was like a 2-tone here, and then there's like colored pictures on the inside. So these are really nice. So what else do I have? I have Nathaniel Hawthorne's Twice Told Tales. The Sea Wolf by Jack London. I love this light blue and dark blue color combo. Ooh, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. A Passage to India by E.M. Forster. Ooh, that one's more like monotone, but it just has like a pattern in this burgundy here. The Song of Hiawatha and Other... Ouch! They hurt when they hit your ankle bone. The Song of Hiawatha and Other Poems by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. And O. Henry's The Gift of the Magi and Other Stories. So that's really exciting. I have to figure out where to put these. So far, because I only had 4 before, they're just kind of right here behind the couch. I have a little side table thingy that sits there, and they're just kind of in a stack. But now I have too many of them, so I have to figure out a new place for them to go, and there will be other new friends joining them as well in the coming week or 2. Who's that? It's Charlie. I got lipstick on your cheek. It's hot. Let's take off your long sleeve. It's getting warm. We're gonna go see Uncle Sam. We're gonna go see Uncle Sam, and we can visit the toads. Play in the grass with the toads. Okay, let's go. Arms up. In case you're wondering, it is September 25th, and it is supposed to be 99 degrees today here in the Sacramento area. Yes, it's too hot, huh? But, whoops, wrong way. Is that the wrong way? Yeah. But it's supposed to be cooling off considerably starting tomorrow, and I think by Saturday it's supposed to be like 75. Oh, I keep putting it on backwards. That is a problem. Okay, arms. There we go. There we go. We're gonna change a diaper later. See the toad?
Herbert was preaching some pretty horrific things.
Stevie. now Friday morning, September 27th. I don't know if I checked in at all yesterday. I know I meant to in the car, and then I didn't. So my grandma who's in the hospital is doing well, but basically she's 97 and she's been living alone. She does have in-home help, but it's not 24/7. And basically the doctor doesn't want to discharge her unless she goes home with one of us or to skilled nursing. And she definitely doesn't want to do skilled nursing, understandably, but quite frustratingly, she just does not want to leave her home. And because her cognition is so sharp, she can make her own decisions, whether we agree with them or not. Anyway, that's all going on. So it was just a very stressful, emotional day yesterday. I did read a bit of Dune yesterday. I'm not sure how far, how much of it I read yesterday. I'm on page 138 right now. I'm enjoying it. Last night, I got home and I was trying to read and I just could not focus. I was doing one of those things where I reread the same, paragraph over and over again. And that's not normally me. So I was like, okay, clearly it's not time to read right now. So I just put it down. I think I probably watched BookTube for a bit and then went to bed. Plan for this morning, I let myself wake up naturally this morning. So I woke up around like 6:15. It's now almost 7:45. So I've just been kind of screwing around this morning, watched some BookTube, walked the dog. And now I am going to have a autumn river scene ASMR on my TV right now, directly behind you. I'm going to do some Bible study. I have this book here by Nancy Guthrie called Even Better Than Eden, which is really great, kind of talking about, as Christians, the hope that we have basically beyond this life. And I'm not very far into this. I'm only like 36 pages in, and I have a couple good recommendations from a couple ladies at my church, including my cousin. And so I think I need some of this today. And then I don't know how long I'll stay at home and just screw around. I might kind of take the morning off and then not leave to go see Sam until about 10:30. It's music therapy day, so hopefully I'll get some footage of that. Music therapy is one of probably the best hour of the week with Sam. We have an amazing music therapist who comes. We do a big group music therapy session, and my grandparents usually come to that. Hopefully maybe Sam and I've hardly seen Sam this week. I had the kids twice this week, which I normally only have them once, and then with everything going on with my grandma, I've just been in and out over there, and so it'd be nice if we can get like a good chunk of time together today. And of course we like to read, so we're reading Iron Gold and really enjoying it, but lately, like this week, we've hardly had any chances to really read a good chunk of that. So I think we read like 2 chapters yesterday, though. So anyhow, ramble, shut this off and actually do some reading. So I didn't end up actually reading. I was just too kind of restless to just kind of settle down and read. So I did a little bit of just kind of exercise at home, some light stuff, and then I decided to come over to the hospital and see my grandma before I go over to Sam's. So grandma's doing really well. I spent about an hour with her just talking, and she's sounding a lot better. She still has a cough, but it's getting a lot better. She doesn't need oxygen anymore. Supplemental oxygen. We all need oxygen. But she's in good spirits, and hopefully my mom and I will be able to go over and clean up some stuff at her house tomorrow, or this afternoon, and then hopefully we should be able to get her bed switched out for her. So she's really looking forward to going home. So anyway, so now I'm going to head over to Sam's. I might actually stop and get some coffee first. It finally feels like a real fall day. Like 2 days ago, it was 98 degrees, and it is now 66 degrees and totally gray, overcast, and I'm wearing a jacket. It's great. morning. It's Saturday at about 7:15. It's Saturday, which means it is run day. I'm training for the Marine Corps Marathon in Washington, D.C., which is in a month from yesterday, October 27th. Is today 28th? Oh my gosh. Yeah, a month from yesterday is the Marine Corps Marathon. So today I'm going to be running 18 miles, hopefully. So I will be listening to Dune on audiobook. I've been reading the physical book. So I'm going to listen to as much of the audiobook as I can today. Beautiful thing about increased speed on an audiobook app is that obviously you can get more read more quickly. And a long run is a great time to get a lot of audiobook reading in. So wish me luck. Check in with you later. Good evening. I know this is a weird angle, but I am tired and this is what I can do right now. So I think I'm going to be, this is Saturday evening, by the way. It's almost 7:30. I am exhausted. I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I have lots of footage already, and we have a little bit of closure. Grandma Ruby was discharged from the hospital today, so she's doing better. I did my 18-mile run this morning. It went well. It was a beautiful morning for a run. It was overcast and chilly the whole time, and I felt pretty good. I'm a little bit sore and achy. A lot of that has to do with the fact that I didn't get much of a recovery right after the run, as I had to go take care of Grandma's stuff. So I just got home from that after being over at her place for like the last 4 hours or so, but she's doing better, all that. So reading wise, I haven't physically read a page yet, I don't think today, but I've been listening to the audiobook. So I'm now in Dune. I'm now on page 333. So I think I'm going to physically read some of this tonight. And then I also did end up picking up the Handmaid's Tale graphic novel because I just could not focus last night. And I am maybe a quarter to a third of the way into this one. The ceremony is about to happen for the first time. So maybe I'll go back and forth between those two tonight. I'm enjoying a little treat. Founders All Day IPA. I love IPAs, but I am a lightweight, and I don't like to get drunk, but I just enjoy a beer. But this is all day IPA, which means that it's only 4.7 ABV. So it's like drinking like a Coors Light. But it tastes good. So anyhow, I got my doggy here. I got a cozy blanket. It's raining. There's been thunder and lightning. I've got a raining Diagon Alley on the TV here. So, yeah, I'm just going to settle down for a good night. There's two reading days left of the month, Sunday and Monday. So between the audiobook and the physical book, I'm confident that I will be able to finish Dune and The Handmaid's Tale, the graphic novel. That shouldn't be a problem either. Just a little bit thing about the books themselves, particularly because I've been listening to the audiobook of this pretty much all day. And on my run and in the car today, it's definitely harder to keep track of the people and kind of the world building on audio. I'm a little bit like just hanging on to the story to try to like keep up and having the context help me figure out who's on whose side and all that. Like, I don't think I could give you a great summary of allegiances at this point and motivations. Everything seems a little bit muddied to me right now, but things are in quite a state of upheaval in this book right now, and I don't really think I could go into much of it kind of without giving spoilers. But I am enjoying it as much as I'm kind of just like hanging on for dear life as far as understanding the plot and the world building. I am enjoying it. And then the graphic novel of The Handmaid's Tale is really good because it was a year or two ago that I listened to the audiobook of the full novel. As far as what words are in there, it's really hitting at the main points, and then, you know, the graphics, the pictures there help to kind of fill in the rest of the context, if that makes sense. So far, and I'm not very far into it, but so far I feel like it is doing a very good job of presenting the story in the same story in an accurate way, but in a little bit different form. So that's all for this vlog. Thank you for watching. See you around the tubes.